Everybody, we're going to go over expressed versus implied powers again today. We've already gone over this before. Expressed or enumerated versus implied powers. We've gone through this PowerPoint, but I'm going to go through it very quickly as a review because of the work that you're going to be doing today with these powers in the Massachusetts Constitution. All right, so powers, let me move. Powers of Congress, these are expressed or enumerated. Either one, you could use those words. An express power is something that is written in the Constitution. These are specific, they are detailed, and it usually has a lot to do with things like the military or how money is going to be spent, but they are written down in the Constitution. So talking about how the government is set up or where money is going to be used in the Constitution, those are usually detailed and written out in the Constitution. Power to tax, this is written out in the Constitution, for example, paying down debt, providing for the common defense, general welfare of the United States, making sure that they have the power to collect taxes. All of this is written expressly in the Constitution. The power to borrow money, being able to borrow money from other countries, the limits of how much you're allowed to borrow, all of that is written in the Constitution. And if they need to change that, Congress needs to talk about it, debate it, and vote on it, which also means that they're making a change to the Constitution, but they're approving it. Post office, that is written out in the Constitution, specifically that we need a post office and that it needs to be used in every state throughout the whole country. Implied powers, these are not powers that are written in the Constitution. These are powers that we assume need to happen in order to make an enumerated power or an express power work. So for instance, if the express power or enumerated power is to raise an army, the Congress has the authority to have an army, to raise it. The president has the power to make sure that they put the army into different battles and they appoint generals. An implied power, this is not something that is written in the Constitution, is establishing a draft, making sure they're constructing military bases, putting money towards weapons or things like armored tanks. So even though it will not list like we need to have 500 tanks for one part of the military in the Constitution, we know that anytime we need new weaponry for our military, that gets updated and it gets delivered out. Collecting taxes, we did not have the IRS listed in the Constitution, but we know we need to have an IRS available to deal with taxes. Regulating commerce, we want to make sure that this is being regulated by the Congress, but we want to make sure that importation of certain goods and exportation of certain goods, that is decided kind of yearly or every 10 years because those things change. Okay, that is the difference between expressed powers, things that are written in the Constitution, and implied powers, things that are assumed and are voted on to make sure that the thing that is written in the Constitution actually works.